What's up, guys? You're watching jmboytv, and we are back with another reaction. Today we'll be reacting to Pepper by Butthole Surfers. This was suggested by a patron, so you know how to check it out. I am not familiar with these guys, and I don't know how these guys sold any music with a name like that. I know the reminders can be annoying, but if you are a returning viewer to the channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button. It helps out the channel a ton. There are 100,000 of you guys that watch my videos and return to my videos, but over 85% of you guys are not subscribed. I know it can be easy to forget because my videos just pop up. I do the same thing sometimes. If this is your first time to this channel, I am new to the rock genre, exploring the many classic rabbit holes, having a blast. If you want to join me on that journey, take a second to scroll down, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and turn on your post notifications so that you don't miss a video when I post. It helps out the channel tremendously, and if you guys are interested in exclusive content or you want to ensure that I react to your suggestion, definitely consider checking out the Patreon. The link will be in the description. I have tons of reactions to classic songs that got blocked here from YouTube, songs that I know you guys would enjoy. With that being said, let's get right into this video. Whoa.
Marky got with Sharon, and Sharon got Sharia. She was sharing Sharon's outlook on the topic of disease. Mikey had a facial scar and Bobby was a racist. They were all in love with dying, they were doing it in Texas. Tommy played piano like a kid out in the rain, and then he lost his leg in Dallas. He was dancing with the train. They were all in love with dying, they were drinking from a fountain that was pouring like an avalanche coming down the mountain.
I don't mind the sun sometimes, the images it shows. I can taste you on my lips and smell you in my clothes. Cinnamon and sugar and softly spoken lies. You never know just how to look through other people's eyes.
Hot pursuit and fiery auto crashes. Some will die in hot pursuit while sifting through my ashes. Some will fall in love with life and drink it from a fountain that is pouring like an avalanche coming down the mountain.
I don't mind the sun sometimes, the images it shows. I can taste you on my lips and smell you in my clothes. Cinnamon and sugary and softly spoken lies. You never know just how you look through other people's eyes.
Another Mikey took a knife while arguing in traffic. Flipper died a natural death, he caught a nasty virus. Then there was the ever-present football player rapist. They were all in love with dying, they were doing it in Texas. Holly caught a bullet, but it only hit his leg. Well, it should have been a better shot, got him in the head. They were all in love with dying, they were drinking from a fountain that was pouring like an avalanche coming down the mountain.
I don't mind the sun sometimes, the images it shows. I can taste you on my lips and smell you in my clothes. Cinnamon and sugary and softly spoken lies. You never know just how you look through other people's eyes.
Man, what an interesting song from these guys. This was a very unique song. I feel like this is one of those things that might not be everybody's cup of tea, but I enjoyed it. It felt like a novel kind of thing. The beat on this song was just like so heavy and dense, and obviously that's not typical of a rock song. Even the way he delivered the lyrics was kind of like spoken word, so that gave it a different vibe as well. I just like how they were kind of like dragging out the notes that were being played, and they had some great riffs as well. It sounded like they also had like a sitar on here or something that added like a bit of a psychedelic feel. Overall, I enjoyed the unique style of this song. The vocals were great as well. I feel like that chorus was pretty catchy just with the cadence that he used. Then we get into the lyrics on this song. He said, Marky got with Sharon got with Sharice. She was sharing Sharon's outlook on the topic of disease. Mikey had a facial scar and Bobby was a racist. They were all in love with dying. They were doing it in Texas. Tommy played piano like a kid out in the rain. Then he lost his leg in Dallas. He was playing with the train. They were all in love with dying. They were drinking from a fountain that is pouring like an avalanche coming down the mountain. So these are some very interesting lyrics. I feel like there's definitely a message to extract from this. He's talking about a bunch of different characters and just how they interact with life. He's pretty much saying that these people like are reckless with their lives and basically like they take it for granted, for lack of a better term. At the beginning of the verse, he's talking about Sharon and Sharice and how they share the same outlook on disease, which basically means they're giving each other STDs. I'm not trying to rhyme here, but they're not really taking care of their bodies or trying to be vigilant about what they're doing. They're just kind of going as the wind blows. He talked about Tommy being good at piano, but he lost his leg playing with a train. So that's another example of just being reckless with your life. And then he talked about Mikey having a facial scar and Bobby being a racist. So maybe that facial scar was from doing something dangerous or maybe getting in a crazy fight. All these people are making decisions that don't promote their well-being. Then he says they're all in love with dying. So they're probably smoking, drinking, having sex indiscriminately, holding on to bad attitudes and ideas, things that basically slowly deteriorate their bodies. And they just do these things non-stop. It's flowing into them like a fountain, like he said. They are drinking from this fountain that's slowly killing them, probably in the name of just having fun. Then the chorus goes, I don't mind the sun sometimes, the images it shows. I can taste you on my lips and smell you on my clothes. Cinnamon and sugary and softly spoken lies. You just never know how you look through other people's eyes. So that's some deep stuff right there. So he's saying, I don't mind the sun sometimes and the images it shows. I feel like he's kind of talking about like the truth being revealed. Like the light coming in exposes things that were in the dark. And sometimes those are painful truths. So he says, I don't mind it sometimes, but also the sun can show you good things like just the beauty of nature. So I think he's kind of talking about a dichotomy here, because then he goes into talking about like whoever he's with, maybe his partner potentially, and how they're cinnamon and sugary, but they give him softly spoken lies. So they taste good and smell good, but it comes with deceit. Then he says, you just never know how you look through other people's eyes. Some people can perceive you one way and other people can perceive you a totally different way. And their perception of you from other people varies widely, which is a very interesting thing. Next verse he says, some will die in hot pursuit, fiery auto crashes. Some will die in hot pursuit while sifting through my ashes. Some will fall in love with life and drink it through a fountain that is pouring like an avalanche coming down the mountain. So here he's talking about the different approaches that people take to living life. He said some will die in fiery auto crashes, and he said some will fall in love with life. So some people with the thought process of live fast, die young, and some people with the thought of like life preservation. I need to preserve life for as long as I possibly can. I'm not gonna do anything that would risk my life ending early. Two different schools of thought. I'm gonna skip the chorus and go over this last verse. He says, another Mikey took a knife while arguing in traffic. Flipper died a natural death. He caught a nasty virus. Then there was the ever-present football player rapist. They were all in love with dying. They were doing it in Texas. Paulie caught a bullet, but it only hit his leg. Well, it should have been a better shot and hit him in the head. They were all in love with dying. They were drinking from a fountain that was pouring like an avalanche coming down the mountain. So I'm sure there's a bigger theme that I'm not quite hitting on, but I'm sure you guys can help me out. But he's talking about the different lives that people choose to live and how some people get away with very bad behavior, yet they still live, and some people catch a nasty virus and die from that. So maybe he's commenting on the fairness of life, maybe the randomness of life, or maybe just the fact that you don't have control over your life per se. And that's a lot of people's biggest fear, not having control over their lives. And that's why some people choose to preserve it to the fullest extent that they can, and others choose to risk it at every turn because life is unpredictable anyway, and you never know what's gonna happen. Once again, two different schools of thought. This is a very interesting song with a deep message. Great recommendation from you guys. If you guys have any suggestions, leave them down in the comments below. If you guys are new to the channel, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe if you enjoy the content, and I'll catch you guys on the flip. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. If you're interested in helping to steer the ship in terms of where the music goes, you'll definitely want to check out that Patreon. You'll be able to get your suggestions to me directly. You can get your favorite deep cuts reacted to, or even just your favorite songs. On top of that, you'll have access to exclusive content, songs that got blocked here from YouTube from legendary artists like the Beatles. So if you want your suggestions to be the priority, definitely check out the Patreon at this link. You won't be disappointed. Hope to see you there.